Hey yo, what's going on everybody? It's Tylarious, aka Ty Killington. Yeah, man. All right, in this video, I'm going to be discussing and talking about MC business raids. Yes, we all know about those. We all know about the MC business raids. I'm sure if you're watching this, you have already been raided before. You may be getting raided right now. Okay, so yeah, this video I'll be discussing, what the MC business raids are, what happens, how they are triggered, and ways to prevent or delay these business raids. Okay, you can never truly do away with the MC business raids. Let me just kind of put that out there right now. They are going to happen, but there are ways that you can avoid them, or ways that you can kind of slow them down a little bit. All right, so let's just get right into it. Let's talk about this. Okay, so what are the MC business raids? All right, they are only triggered if you are registered as a MC president. So keep that in mind. Okay, you can only get rated if you are registered as an MC president. So that's going to happen a lot because a lot of us are registered as MC presidents throughout our time grinding in GTA 5 online. Okay, back in the day, you used to be safe if you were inside of an interior. That is no more. You can be rated if you are inside of a interior now. So if you register as a MC president inside your MC business, yes, you can still get rated. That used to be a way that we would, kind of prevent that. We would only register while we were inside a business. We would resupply, and then we would disband. But no more is that a possibility. Okay, so keep that in mind. There are several types of raids that can happen to your business. You can get raided by the cops. There may be a snitch trying to rat you out. Takashi 69 might be out there trying to rat you out or something like that. You got rival gangs. You got rival motorcycle gangs or the Vagos or whatever trying to come at you. So it's basically player versus enemy or player versus NPC for these raids. Okay, so what happens is you'll be flying around or driving around or whatever, just chilling in Los Santos, and LJT will frantically call you saying that your business is under attack, you're getting raided, and then a yellow marker, corona ring with a GPS will pop up and it'll take you to that location. All right, so while you're doing this, if you fail your raid, it is a big deal. You will lose your supplies, you'll lose a whole bunch of stuff, you lose your staff, and you'll have to do a setup mission to restart the business. It gets shut down. All right, so it can be very, very costly. You can lose a lot of time, and it's kind of a pain in the butt. So you have to be very, very careful. All right, so do not die. Use an armored Kuruma. Make sure you have some friends to help out, and that will help you be victorious during these MC business raids. Okay, so what triggers the raids? Now that we kind of know what they are, what happens, what triggers the raid? It's based off two different things. It's based off of your inventory, your stock, the amount of it, and it's based off of your idle timer. So let's talk about the amount. All right, so the raid timer will kick off at 20% of max profit in the MC business. All right, 20%. So once you reach 20% of that max amount, which let's use the Coke business for example. All right, the Coke business max amount of product that you can sell is $420,000 worth. All right, so once you reach 20% of that raid timer kicks off. 20% of that product is 84,000. All right. If you look around on the interwebs, and I was talking with Tez, big shout out to Tez. Thank you for all the questions you answered. They say it's at 80 grand. So between 80 and 84,000. So it's roughly at 19 to 20% is when this raid timer kicks off. So 80 to 84,000 for the Coke business. For your meth business, you're looking at between 68 and 71,000. For the cash, it's like 56 to 59,000 in that range. For the weed, 48,000 to like 50,000, and for your document forgery, it's around the $20,000 range. It's where 20% of the income or the max profit is going to be. So that's why these raids happen a lot, is because it doesn't take that much to reach 20% of that value. Okay, so if we know that, and that kind of helps explain why do you get rated back to back to back to back. Okay, that has to do with both the amount, the 20%, and the idle timer. Okay, so the idle timer is also going to be influenced by if you have security or not. Now, I always recommend get security last, right? If you're buying an MC business or any business, you always buy the upgrades with it, equipment and your staff, and then eventually you want to get your security. Now, I promise you, you'll see comments down below saying, nah, man, it's a waste of money, never buy your security, blah, blah, blah. Listen, okay, you don't have to buy any, you don't have to buy security, you don't have to buy equipment upgrades, staff, none of that stuff. But if you want to be efficient and you want to make money, and if you want to double your idle raid timer, yes, you buy your equipment and staff and you buy your security. The security will double the amount of time it takes before you get raided. Okay, so yes, it is worth it, and it doesn't matter if you have security or not, you are still going to get raided. Security upgrade just simply doubles the amount of time it takes before you do get raided. So yes, that is absolutely worth it. Okay, so just keep that in mind. All right, now with that raid timer kicking off at 20% and your idle timer is at, with the Coke business, idle timer is 3 hours without security and 6 hours with security. 4 hours for the meth business without, 8 hours with. For the cash business, it's 5 hours without security, 10 hours with security. For the weed business, it's 6 hours without security, 12 hours with security. And for the document forgery, it is 7 hours without security and 14 hours with security. Okay, so for some of the businesses it may not be as worth it, but it is always going to be worth it in the long run. And that's why you get rated back to back to back to back, because that 20% value is staggered because each business makes a different amount. The Coke makes 420 max, the meth is at 357. Your counterfeit cash is at 294. Your weed is at 252. The document forgery is at 126. So the amount of money you make is staggered. So that 20% amount will be staggered. And then your idle timer is also staggered. As you just saw there, we'll use with security, for example, 6, 8, 10, 12, and 14 hours. So that's why you get rated back to back to back to back like that. Now that we know what the raids are and how they get triggered, what are some methods or tools that you can use to prevent or delay the raids? My best advice is just be active. Make sure you are, when your businesses are full, that you sell them. Okay, the raid timer is not going to stop. Even if you sell, it doesn't reset. All it does is it pauses until you get back to that 20% value of, or that 20% ratio of your value for each business. So make sure you're selling. If you do get raided, I never recommend this, but if you do get raided, what you can do is close the application. If you just don't think you're going to make it or whatever, which, as long as you know what you're doing, you're paying attention, you'll be successful. You won't have to worry about nothing. But yes, you can close the application. Do not find a new session. If you find a new session, it will fail your business rate, and you'll have to, you'll lose a whole bunch of your stuff, and you'll have to reset the actual business that you lost the rate on. Okay, so keep that in mind. Close up if you have to. Do not find new session. And remember, raids only get triggered if you are registered as an MC. So limit the amount of time that you are an MC. If you're not selling or buying supplies, don't be an MC. You know what I mean? Because that's going to happen. Your raid timer, say your raid timer is already up, and as soon as you register as an MC, bam, you're getting raided. Okay, so keep that in mind. Use the armored Kuruma if you are getting raided. That'll help out against NPCs. Use some friends to help out. That'll definitely give you an advantage. But like I said, as long as you know what you're doing, you'll be good. A lot of these locations you can post up on a building and you can just snipe out all the bad guys and not worry about getting shot or anything like that. And you can just swoop down and you're good to go. All right, so keep that in mind as well. If you do go AFK, again, make sure you are not registered as an MC, but a lot of folks will go into a mission. They'll buy their supplies, they'll wait for the supplies to be delivered, and they'll go off into a mission and go AFK there. That is a tactic you can use. That's up to you whether or not you want to do that. So that is a possibility as well, okay? So we have talked about what these MC raids are. We have talked about what happens. And we have talked about, what triggers the raids and how to kind of prevent or slow them down. Again, it doesn't matter if you have security or not. The raids are still going to happen. The security just doubles the amount of time until you get raided. So it is worth it. All right. Don't die if you're getting raided. You will have to reset your business. You don't have to buy the equipment and the staff over again. You just lose what you have in there and you'll have to redo a setup mission. So keep that in mind as well. We know what types of raids that we have. We know all that good stuff about what goes on with them. So this should help you guys out because I know there's a lot of questions about it. The biggest bit of information is about how the raids get triggered, and that is the amount of value that you have in the MC business. Once it hits 20%, the timer starts, and the idle timer. And now we know what the idle timer is for each business. We just went over that, okay? And so, I mean, those are the two most important things to know is how they get triggered and what happens in between all that stuff. And that's what we've covered and talked about in this video. So I really, really hope this helped out. I know it's a longer video, but there's just a lot of stuff to cover. So you know how it is, man. That's just the way it goes. So I really do appreciate you guys coming out. If this video helped out, I hope I earned your subscription, or I earned at least you dropping a like on the video, because I'm sure this did answer some questions for you. Please let me know if you have any questions in the comments down below. Again, Tez, thanks for answering some of the questions I had, getting back to me. I really do appreciate that. And you guys know what to do, man. Make sure you subscribe to my channel for the illest and realest content in the game. Make sure you smash that like button. And we'll see you guys in the next one, all right? Peace out. Yeah.